Hello and welcome to the third episode of the Between Torp and Turret podcast. Today, my guests are Jesper. Say hello, Jesper,
Oh,
please.
hi.
Yes, hello, Jesper. Then Helix,
Hello.
Will,
Hello.
and last but not least, Finx.
Hello.
Hello, Finx. Alright, and we're gonna start off with the most important thing, I think. The Supertest changes, actually. So there were a lot of changes announced that a lot of us have been looking forward to for a long time by this point. And I'm just gonna start with the first one. Chimikaze's concealment is gonna be improved to 7.11 kilometers, which is gonna be making her, like after all the modifiers, gonna make her concealment have a concealment of 5.47 instead of 5.9 kilometers.
Torp, it is 5.6.
What? Sorry?
It should be 5.6, man.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Oh yeah. I still have the old version. Yeah, sorry. I kind of fucked up there. So, do you think this will make Shimikaze better in a substantial way?
Nope.
No.
Shimonibs will
Mm.
always be Shimonibs.
Yeah,
But
but
in the hands of an experienced player, Shimonib will be even more OP.
Nice, for 300 meters more consumed.
Gonna be able to spot caps better, but like if anything actually comes at you in the cap, you're still gonna have to bail out. So, like
You
go
won't be
into a
able
cap-
to bail out, but you will be able to take advantage of your rear guns.
Yeah, you can start playing it like you do in Kagero and Yugamo, where you just like drop in and out of concealment while shooting.
And that is really annoying because Grossovoy really struggles to gunfight as Shimakaze played properly.
Mm-hmm.
and the difference is only like 300 meters. I don't think that it should make difference.
It's
But
gonna
they
make
should-
a huge difference.
Yeah, in certain situations, but like if you were in a position that the human can't run away, then yeah, you're
The
still
thing
screwed.
is, too many people play Shimakaze. I mean, I meet experienced Shimakaze players sometimes, and it is more annoying than dealing with C Flip 2 and gearing. There's not much you can do about it.
But why is it so much more annoying to you to fight a Shima compared to these other two?
Because the gun placement of Shima, and it's small, so you don't really hit it when you wiggle. Also, when you run away with Shimakaze, the turrets and modules tend to eat the damage. And this is why even Kagero can outgun a gearing, even
Yeah.
though it doesn't have the buff reload as the Yugamo and Shimakaze.
As long as you keep kiting in any of the
But
Japanese
people don't know
studios.
this, and they expect, okay, I will fight gearing on equal terms.
They just
Yeah,
play it
no.
really
That's
tardedly.
no. Okay. I get what you're saying, I think. I get what you're saying. So do you think this is justified? Needed? Too much, too little? Finks, what is
Mm.
your opinion on that?
Considering I play Jimkaze main server, neither the IGNDs, I didn't really know what to say. Like for me, 300 meters isn't really that much. Like, it makes for me no difference in my eyes.
Alright.
Well, it does make a lot of difference for people who know how to control the concealment.
Yeah,
Have you never experienced when we play clan battles and the 600 meters concealment window of Des Moines? You can't really radar people who know how to play around that.
Yeah, it's like when now you've got an actual like now the changes make it so an actual good player can actually do a lot better in it than previously.
yeah.
And I guess like bad players can get spotted less quickly. I don't know. It makes it a lot stronger in the hands of a good player. So it's probably
Yeah.
a good change because it was never that good. Like it's not everyone's first pick. And now I think it might be able to be mixed in with everything else.
I wouldn't mind a concealment buff, but I think it is 70 meters too much.
70 exactly.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we're just gonna leave it at that, I think. Then next is Admiral Hipper. I mean, that ship was among the worst for tier 8.
Cruisers.
What?
As a cruiser, yeah.
Yes, okay, as a cruiser, alright. But she was like, she had no DPM, she had kind of okay like survivability, but so good survivability for a cruiser still doesn't save you from battleship shells, right?
Yeah.
So there was
Yeah.
a lot of shit. Like you couldn't do damage, and damage is how you get experience, right? Alright, so they're getting to it and are buffing her with a better base rudder shift and a better main battery reload. Both pretty substantially, actually.
I think they
Over
are,
1 second for both of them. 1.5 seconds, actually, both of them. So do you think that's too much? That's good? It's too little? I don't know.
I think it's good that that's unrated ship gets the buff it actually needs to do a little more damage. I always thought that the 13-second reload was like really bonkers. Like I did not enjoy it that much.
It's got the same problem that New Orleans has, where even if you get into a good position, you just can't deal enough damage to be able to survive in a fight.
Yes.
Unless someone like potatoes and gives you broadside and you just wreck them with the respective APs, but the HE DPM is just too low. So with the Hipper now, you'll be able to fight a lot better, and then the rudder shift will allow you to dodge more battleship shells, which puts you in a good learning curve to the rune, where basically all you do is kite.
Yeah.
So it improves your kiting ability, which just helps you learn for the better ships and lets you progress through it quicker, I guess.
But
Yeah.
the Hipper is the best noob tubing ship.
Yeah, but it's
why
kinda
would
hard
you
to
fight
noob
when you
tube
can
with
rush
6
them?
kilometer torps.
You would be surprised.
Yeah.
Well, I tried that today against the Des Moines, and the Des Moines shreked me.
It's
Like
a
I tried to
Des
rush
Moines,
down a Des Moines from 5 kilometers, and he was going at me as well. And then I couldn't go as I was at 1 kilometer or something, I was dead.
Yeah, but you noob to battleships, not cruisers.
Yeah, the Hipper can basically tank as long as you don't give full broadside, you can tank a lot of battleship AP.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Which is it's probably one of the things that makes it actually playable as it is right now. The buffs are just to make it more comfortable to play.
It's amazing when you can bow tank Lyons and they just give you full broadside, so they can fire all their guns, and then they shoot you, and then they deal 500 damage because they hit your saturated superstructure. That's all they can do because everything else bounces, and you just shoot AP, you just pump AP into their broadsides every 13 seconds, which is not anywhere near good, you know. Like the AP, even the AP DPM is completely horrible. It's just so little.
But the ballistics are good, man.
Yes, but still. Every 13 seconds? Come on, man.
It
It's
doesn't
like
matter when
for-
you one tap people.
It's
I
more
can't
like
one tap battleships. It's not that good.
the guns could be good, but yeah, just because of the reload, that's at least it's what I experienced was like really annoying because you could not have the shot that you wanted at the exact moment because 13 seconds had passed and you already like angled.
Yeah. But so I think everyone agrees that this is good change, right? Is there anyone who thinks it's a bad change?
No.
Thank you.
Although I didn't have anything against the old one.
Yeah, I'll probably say the same thing. Stay with the Shima, really. I mean, I don't have anything against it, like, at the moment. But, buffs are good because it's just mediocre compared to everything else.
Now it will be brought up to line with Mogami's bullshit DPM.
I don't think that's honestly, I don't think that's the case because Mogami can't spam down anything. But Hipper is way more survivable, so I think it kind of evens out now. Anyways, next thing is the Prince Eugen, which was basically a carbon copy of a Hipper, and now it has 300 meters less concealment or some more concealment, and a slightly better rider shift, and 4 more AA DPS or something. But
Wow.
yeah, I know it's amazing, right? It's just so flavorful compared to the Hipper. Anyways, they're finally addressing this issue and are adding a heal with exactly the same stats of the Atago. And we just talked about the things that the Hipper will get, and now we know that the Eugen will remain unchanged and only get the heal with the old stats. So do you think the Hipper will be better than the Eugen, or do you think that the Eugen will be better than the Hipper?
I think they're probably going to be pretty balanced, but for different reasons. Because now the Hipper is more DPM, you can deal out more damage, but with the good survivability of the Hipper stuck and then giving it a heal makes it a lot more survivable. It's like compare the Atago to the Mogami.
The thing with the Prince Eugen is that you can be on key positions and take you can be on key positions for much longer, and instead of just kiting away because you have the HP to spare.
Yeah, like taking the Hipper now, if you're getting focused way too much, you're gonna have to stealth up and then kite. But then with the Eugen can now stealth up heal, and you've got better stealth anyway to be able to stealth up earlier or from further away. So it just makes the ships, even though they were carbon copies before, they've now almost got slightly different roles. You can be a lot more aggressive in the Eugen now anyway as well. So it kind of gives it a slightly different role to the Hipper. So the Hipper would have to play more passively, even though it's got more DPM.
Also, it's going to be fun to see how much tier 6 battleships get shafted by this. Because tier 6 battleships can't overmatch tier 8. Unless you're Bayern or Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah,
or
but
something special.
Yeah, but the thing is, even the Warspite, Queen Elizabeth, Byron, those can still not overmatch Hipper armor.
Oh yeah, because 27mm, I forgot.
Yes, it's even gonna be even better now.
Yeah, it's gonna be disgusting. Oh.
But
and people talk about giving all tier 8 cruisers heal.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's a good idea at all.
+2, -2. The thing with tier 8 up tiering is that the battleships can usually, unless it's Des Moines and Bismarck and Hindenburg, the battleships can overmatch the cruisers and they're still damaged, but they can't in tier 6 matchmaking.
Yeah. Also, what is it? If you just, let's talk about this up tiering thing for a bit. I think because Jesper brought it up, right? So, if you compare the Bismarck in power level to a GK, then there's basically absolutely no contest. It's ridiculous how much stronger the GK is compared to the Bismarck. You don't only gain 4 more guns, you gain them and you gain a huge amount of more caliber, which is finally able to pierce every cruiser armor in the game. Or bow armor, that is.
The power gap between tier 8 and 10 is huge.
Yeah, and that's why I think that tier 8 to 10 is just, that's a huge gap, right? But if you now look at 6 to 8, right? Look at the Byron and look at the Bismarck. That's also a huge power gap.
Secondary.
Yeah. But
You probably don't need to fire your main guns to beat the buy-in.
yeah. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that if you're up tier 2 tiers, you're always gonna struggle, right? So therefore, I wouldn't say that you have to balance tier 8 cruisers around tier 6 battleships. I think that's just the wrong way to do it.
But I didn't talk about balancing them. I'm just talking about the effect of how it.
You know how little people play Hipper. You know how little people play Eugen.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
that might
much.
change, but come on, man. I don't think it's gonna have that much of an impact. As well as that you're being up tiered in tier 8, what is it, 46% of the time anyways? So, you know, how often am I gonna see those tier 6 players anyways, right?
Yeah. Well, they've given, what is it, the Baltimore? The tier 8 Baltimore that they're going to bring out whenever the US Cruiser rework drops. They've given that 27 mil plating anyway, so I think they're trying to just improve survivability of cruisers, like by making them not be able to just get wrecked by everything. And so, like right now, the New Orleans can get overpenned by like everything, including tier 6, I think. So now, when bring the Baltimore down and giving it 27 mil armor just improves that, and it's the same with the Hipper and Eugen. It just improves their survivability against lower tiers, which is probably a bad thing in terms of me playing a tier 6 battleship and fucking dying to a tier 8 cruiser all the time because I can't like overmatch. But it would probably, it's the same going from tier 8 to tier 10. So what they need to do more than anything is improve the matchmaker so you get less tier 8 to 10 and tier 6 to 8 games. Because it's just annoying to face ships that go over such a power gap and a power increase. Like a tier 9 can, a well played tier 9 can beat a tier 10 played by an average player. But a lot of times a well played tier 8 can't beat like an average tier 10.
Yeah, but I don't think it should be. Like, I don't think that should be the case, right? Because those things are superior, like way superior ships in every way, and they're supposed to be that because they are tier 10.
Yeah, but adding plating, that means that it's basically no counterplay if the angle, unless you shoot HE, but then HE is really bad on battleships. How are you supposed to deal with that?
Well, how are you supposed to deal with the Bismarck in the Bayern?
Battleships are supposed to. No, we're talking about cruisers. We're not. We're talking about battleships not being able to overmatch cruisers, right?
Yeah, but where's the problem if there's like some cruisers that you can't overmatch?
Because battleships are supposed to counter cruisers. You see where I'm going? If a battleship is fighting a cruiser and has nothing to do than to spam HE and do minimal damage, what's the point of playing battleship?
Yeah, I guess I see. We kind of see your point.
Well, we need less battleship players in the game, so
We need a limit on battleships.
yes.
Just make a matchmake. It's like the same way the reason they've said like the reason they're bringing out the Asashio with the dumb torps, like the 20-kilometer deep water battleship and CV only torps, is to reduce the battleship population.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And they're going about it the wrong way. They just need to. The amount of battleships is fine. It's just when you get like 5 battleships, 2 crews, and 3 DDs in a game. It's the same way if you get like recently there's been like games with 5 battleships, 1 cruiser, and the rest DDs. That's also stupid. But they don't go around like adding weird workarounds to reduce the DD population. Just add matchmaker limits for each class.
Yeah, I think the amount of games where there's 5 battleships in it has to be somewhere near 90% or over 90%, and that's just stupid. Both cruisers and DDs just fluctuate all the time. But why can't battleships fluctuate for a bit, huh?
Yeah.
Why can't you give cruisers a bit of a break sometimes? That would be really appreciated.
Well, it's the same way they need to rework battleship AP penetrations on destroyers.
Yeah, they need to
Because-
be over pens because pens are just too devastating for DDs.
Yeah, you take 2 pens, you've lost almost all your HP, you now can't contest any caps. That's basically you out of the game unless you just start kiting and torping the battleships.
Yeah.
It's the same, and in that way it's the same as if battleships can't now kill cruisers. So the destroyer's job is to kill battleships. If the destroyer is attacking a battleship, suddenly gets spotted and loses almost all of its HP, that's like a broken mechanic. If a battleship is shooting a cruiser and can't do any damage through the bow because, I mean, you can just shoot the superstructure, but if it's like, if it's a tier 6 battleship against a tier 8 cruiser, you're just going to get burnt down a lot faster than you can deal damage back. So, in the same way, a destroyer has to hit like 4 torps or maybe get a flooding to kill the battleship, when the battleship can just trade 2 shells and take the DD out the game. They need to balance the damage, so the class balance and like the damage dealing balance between all the classes in the game to improve like the health of the game instead of just adding like really gimmicky shit.
Yeah, I don't think we should like straightforward balance every like a class against another class because that makes the game really dull. Like we should have specialized ships that are different from others. But I think that in general you're right. Battleships are a bit too powerful right now, which can definitely be seen in the way that they had to limit battleships to 1 in Clan Wars. I mean, why would they have to limit battleships to 1 if they were not overpowered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Weren't the reasoning that having 2 battleships would mean that you have to angle against 2 battleships, but people don't know how to angle against multiple battleships, so they just put 1 battleship limit.
Yeah, the
it's
thing
sort
is
of
you
difficult.
can't angle against 2 battleships.
Can we go back to the changes?
I guess we
Because-
can, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a very complicated topic, which no one really has an answer to.
Well, Wargaming Showdown, so
Yes, that is definitely true. All right, the next change is that the American aircraft carrier Midway had her hangar limited to 96 planes instead of 136.
And how's that going to be balanced at all?
Yeah, I don't get that.
A lot of down-tiered plays.
Yeah, that's just like honestly, that's just completely like they need to revert the change that she has. Not that she doesn't have tier 10 planes then, because that's just not working.
Well, it's a rather difficult because the carriers as they are right now in the game are already a problem, and then, well, at least they looked at it. That's the only thing I can say about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
but
just today I saw a Hakurio totally dominating a Midway, and then again I saw an AS Hakurio doing absolutely nothing against the Midway. So I'm not sure if Midway is stronger than Hakurio right now, but I sure know that the skill gap between CV players is huge, absolutely huge. So I think they should take a look at that first, and then look at how they actually balance the CVs against each other. Yes. Anyone has any closing thoughts on that?
Oh,
No.
I don't really play CVs. Like the highest I've got is Shikaku, but from what I've seen is right after this US TV rework, Midway's dominated everything, and then
Yeah.
they nerfed it a bit. It started to become more balanced. This is just from like watching games and seeing people's scorecards. So from playing games now, if you have two equally skilled CV players, it's probably an equal battle. But then seeing the nerf again, I don't know where that's going to end it up.
The thing with Hakuryu's torpedo bombers, they are 20% faster than him Midway. And if you're going to give Midway less hanger than Hakuryu, that's gonna, I don't know, the Midway is gonna be super underpowered compared to the Hakuryu.
No, so I think the Midway has compared to the Hakuryu's hanger capacity. Strike power is basically the same, and I would even say the Hakuryu strike power is better because in the time the Midway striked once, the Haku basically already prepares third strike.
Yeah, because Hakuryu has so fast planes, less servicing time, and thus it is easier to throw away your planes. And because people like to throw away the planes with Hakuryu, they're going to nerf the Midway hanger. I do not see any logical reasoning behind this.
Basically, the Midway is now an enter.
Yeah, they kind of nerfed it to an enterprise. That's true. And this is tier 10, right? Right? Like this is not tier 8. This is tier 10. So yeah, I'm not really not. I don't really see where this is going. But like remember, this is only Supertest. Anything of this is subject to change. So yeah, I'm sure they're gonna change this because there's no way that this is gonna go through the way it is right now. At least if I have any, and I mean any, hope in wargaming left. All right. As well, British battleship Orion had her sigma value decreased to 1.6 from 1.8.
Yay.
Woohoo!
I don't think there's anything bad to say about that at all.
No, it was already really ridiculous, like how many fires it could set and the damage output of it. Like,
the thing is not the fire set, it is Citadel and cruisers at that tier.
With
Oh yeah.
HE.
Citadel and
Also-
Tenryus, Kumas, what else? Dianas.
Absolutely no effort.
Yeah. It's very ridiculous. That's true.
only the seal clubbers will be sad about this, actually.
Oh, I am definitely gonna be sad about that. I'm gonna take her out after this podcast. Actually, really,
Well, I'm
really looking
I'm a
forward
se-
to that.
I seal club in my Julius Caesar, and I'm happy because the only ships you have to fear in the Julius Caesar is the Iron Duke and Orion.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
To be fair, I don't think it's gonna change that much.
Yeah, it still
No.
has the ridiculous HE alpha and everything.
Because
Yeah.
the Wyoming, even though people say it's a shotgun, it has less sigma, and it is quite accurate. So you'll still be able to one-shot cruisers left and right.
Does she has 12 guns or 16 guns? 12, I think.
The Wyoming has
Wyoming?
12, and the Orion has
Orion.
10.
Orion has 10. I think Orion has 8.
I think the sigma for Wyoming was.
Oh no, Orion has like a middle gun. Yeah, a middle turret. That's true. Yeah. All right. I'm not sure how good of a nerf that is, or if they shouldn't just nerf the ridiculous HE alpha.
If
But-
they reduce the HE pan, so it can't just Citadel cruisers, that might have been a better nerf for it.
But what
that
about the
doesn't
gimmick?
really work.
What about the national flavor?
Yeah, national flavor, man. What the fuck? can't just go nerfing that. That's not how it works. Alright. Anyways. The visibility of all torpedoes to planes decreased twofold. So you can spot way less torps with planes. Be that spotter planes, fighter planes, or carrier-borne planes, of course.
Mm,
A
Well-
Shimakasi buff and this buff, I sense something. Well, I mean, I didn't find it too bad because, let alone the floated planes, when you played basically there was a CV that, well, just sometimes flew over the enemies, then, well, you wanted basically any torps, as long they aren't that retard.
Yeah.
I
You'd
mean,
still be able to spot the torps, but bad CV players that unintentionally spot the torpedoes for you will
Yeah.
do it less frequently.
Yeah, this is pretty much in order to reward the ones that actually go for the spotting and not the ones that accidentally spot the torpedoes. The thing I don't like about it is that why also for the planes that are launched from the battleships or the cruisers. Like I get it for like the CVs, but not for the battleships, because if you are a scout player, or you at least know when to launch the scout plane to maybe spot the torpedoes, then I think gets like
But honestly,
almost
that's such a
intense.
frustrating thing, right? Like
Yeah.
you're getting into position for 3 minutes to finally torp.
And it always happens right after you fire your torpedoes.
Mm.
Yeah, the spotter planes are supposed to. In my opinion, the spotter planes should be for spotting the destroyer and not the torpedoes.
Yeah.
Because anticipating torpedoes are kind of a skill.
I guess, yeah. Alright. Last but not least, Stalingrad is getting the Octobrick style damage control party and repair. And also her Sigma is gonna be put onto that of normal tier 10 cruiser values. And her AP arming time is increased to 0.022 seconds. So that's double of what she had before. Also, her plating is increased from 25 to 32 millimeters. 32 millimeters. That's
You
as
can
good
actually
as
tank.
Republic. Like,
It's
just think
basically a
about that.
battleship. Yeah, it's basically a battleship right now.
I mean, it only fires AP, so it is a battleship, yes.
It is a
Well,
battleship and a cruiser.
I still wish they kept in the HE, but maybe make it like really bad or something, but not take it out entirely.
But what's the problem with having only AP? It gets British AP. Have you seen how much Neptune deals DPM Neptune can dish out on tier 7 battleships? Because they don't have as much.
Yeah, but that is
Plating.
only if they are angled.
but
Yeah,
does-
but
does-
consider the caliber of Stalingrad. It's gonna have a much higher chance to get through angled armor.
you know, there are. You can't really compare the Neptune to the Stalingrad. The
True.
Neptune has much better rate of fire, better dispersion and stuff. So
It doesn't have better dispersion.
Consider
the
this,
Stalingrad is basically low tier battleship guns from the caliber and some penetration. Like this ship won't be any fun if you have sometimes enemy teams that's just like full a heavy PB matchup and every one of them knows how to angle. Have fun to get damage, and even when you just get one overpen or one pen, then you wait again 20 seconds before you can shoot again.
Yeah, that's kind of my problem with Stalingrad right now as well, because what this game doesn't really need is more cruiser killers. Like there's enough battleships going around, thank you very much. We don't need more ships that specialize in cruiser killing. We need more ships that specialize in BB killing.
It's gonna be good at killing cruisers, but it won't have problems with dealing damage to battleships. Maybe low DPM, but getting penetrations is not going to have to be a problem.
You'll be able to get good penetrations in the superstructure as well because of the short fuse time. You won't get overpens like you do shooting like Muscover AP battleship superstructure.
But
You'll get
again, fuse
less.
arming time has been increased to that, and it's bigger. It's a lot more than of the British ships right now. Does anyone know what their fuse arming time is?
No.
But I'm pretty sure it's the Stalingrad has more right now. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna see what the first impressions of people actually playing with the Stalingrad on the live server is, and it's still a long time away until we get the third season of clan battles. So any theory crafting is kind of irrelevant right now.
Yes.
Alright, then I think we're gonna take a short break, and after that we're gonna talk about April Fools. So until then. Hello, and we're back from our break. And we're gonna start right off with April Fools. What is your impression on the space battles so far? Finx. Have you played space battles?
Of course.
How many?
Some.
Some. Okay. How many is some?
I don't know. I didn't count.
Aw. But give us like an estimate.
Some.
Oh my god, Finx. Okay. Literally
No
useless.
idea, no. Space battles is a great way to seal club, farm citadels, to get some captain XP. Yeah.
It is probably too easy. I rushed the entire team on the Sci-Field map from the start of the game and took almost no damage while being radar. So there's that.
Yeah, and everyone shows too much broadside. Like, not like everyone.
Everyone shows too much broadside. Only a few people knows how to hit your broadside.
Yes, some do know, but the most of them don't.
Yeah, it's like some people like put tier 6 players to tier 10 ships, and now they're getting wrecked. It's a slaughter, actually.
Well, it depends on who's playing with. Yeah, like if you diff with 3 people, then you're most likely gonna win.
But if you diff with 3 people, you're most likely gonna win anyway.
Yeah. Okay, but
that's not exclusive to
with,
space battles.
With this even more.
Yeah.
There's less players in the match, so you have an even greater influence.
That is true. Yeah. Also, I feel like some people played ships in space battles, thought they were great, and now free XP'd their way up to tier 10, just to find out that the actual tier 10 is way harder than space battles. Like, I've seen Minotaurs do stuff like that I've only seen in space battles so far, do Minotaurs, and I'm at least 60% sure that those guys just free XP'd that ship all the way up. Like, I haven't played none other ship in that line before. just because they like the Norma so much.
I mean, I've played one battle in the Paris, the Space Republic, and I got 200k damage and I thought, oh, this ship's really good, but I'm not going to free XP it. But it also shows how bad most of the players playing space battles are. Because you don't get 200k XP games, especially in the first 200k damage games, especially in your first time ever playing the ship. And then, as well as that, you get a load of people going, oh, but these ships are supposed to be really good, and then you just get wrecked.
Yeah, but all things considered, I think I really like the Space Battles one. Like everything they did about it, like the sounds, the design, like the whole maps, the extra little details. They did a very good job actually this April Fools with that. At least much better than last year's with only like the what was it, the submarine one that crashed your game. Yeah.
Yeah,
You mean
great
Russian
joke.
bias? Somewhere.
Great
Yes.
joke. Crashes your game. Amazing April Fools, 10 out of 10. Would do again. Thank you, Wargaming. Really nice of you.
The only things I don't really like about the setting is the being able to see the bottom of the ship, like while you're aiming at it, is pretty cancer because you just like try and take a quick shot aiming at the water line, and you end up shooting the water in front of the ship.
Well, I've played 20 games, I think, in with Space Battles, and after like, I think you need to get used to it. But I had no trouble hitting citadels after like a few battles. So
Yeah, but like the first battle I played, I was like, oh, none of my shots are hitting. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. But after like 5 battles, you get used to it, and it gets kind of okay. But yeah,
And-
it's really cancerous at first.
And the other
I'll-
thing,
I also
was-
get like lost when you like you just start and you look around, and I was turning my guns the wrong way because I thought it was over there.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a really good job with the environment, but when you look around, you get like lost in where to go.
I actually get motion sickness in that map, on that mode, for some reason.
Okay.
From
You
time to
probably
time, it's
just
really
use
bad.
your sense of distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I didn't
what I
like
do.
that.
another thing I don't particularly enjoy is the meteor shower. Because I played a bit of CV in that, and the way if you have any planes in the zone, every 15 seconds you lose an aeroplane.
Yeah, but you
So-
only lose one, right?
Yeah, but if
Yeah,
you
but
stay in the
stack that
zone,
place.
you still lose. So, like, say your CV is in the meteor shower zone, you try and take off, you've lost 2 planes while taking off. So
Yeah.
then, well, because it is a Hakurio, say you're taking off a fire, you've only got 3 fighters left.
And it is not made better by everybody fetishizing the meteor storm.
Yeah.
You know, like the thing that really fucks me over is the Psystorm actually, because it is able to repair, and I'm just so done with that shit. Like you really want to heal up, and you just can't. Like you see, there's this huge amount of HP that I could heal up right now, and I just can't because if I press the button, nothing happens. It's highly infuriating. And then the fucking CV strikes you, and only your long range AA is working, so you're not shooting something down, even though you're in the space domain. What the fuck?
And
Because
but what we
majority of the Moines anti-air is mid-range, even though it is long range.
Yeah.
Okay?
yeah, but the main problem with it is that people are gonna play more passive when they find out about it. So your wargaming is using like a few features that is in this game mode to look like if we can implement this in later or maybe newer updates of the game.
No,
But
that's
but I don't hope they do, because if they do, then after people learned about it and what it actually does, then it promotes like passive play, and I don't want another reason to play even more passive than it already is.
Yeah, I mean, cyclones basically ruin any game already. If you add like worse stuff to
Yeah,
a
but
cyclone, it's just gonna ruin the game completely.
Yeah, but Cyclone actually promotes like pushing in, where oh, I'm not spotted, maybe I can push forward now.
Cyclone is the worst thing for cruisers. Like,
Yeah.
destroyers can kind of deal with it. Battleships can definitely deal with it. Cruisers, except for those that have radar, that is long, like that lasts long, can definitely not deal with it.
Yeah, the only time I feel comfortable in a Cyclone is when I'm playing like a Missouri or a Moskva or a Radar Minotaur.
Or Des Moines.
Tip time.
Like, even in a Hindenburg, which is basically made to brawl, right?
But the Hindenburg is amazing. In Cyclones, 8 kilometers, you just turn broadside and nuke tube. No citadels at all.
Yeah, but still, you can like just get fucked by DDs that stay at your outside their detection range and just constantly spot you everywhere. It's highly annoying.
That applies to all non-radar cruisers, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's which is why I say that they're gonna get fucked a lot. See also Zhao, like you run head first into an enemy BB. What are you gonna do? Like you can turn around, yes, but he's gonna citadel you. If you can run away from the BB that's shadowing you, you can probably torp him, but you're still gonna eat a shit ton of damage doing it. So Cyclone is just I don't like it at all.
But yeah, so I hope they do not implement the ones that are in the space battles ones.
At least
Basically.
not without like
Changing
tweaking
it,
them,
yeah.
in some way.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I want to say one more thing about the space battles. I think
Yes.
it's we just talked about like people that are free XPing to the ships. That is indeed a problem. But for the people that actually wants to just like test some tier 10 battleship or like tier 10 ships, then this is a great opportunity, I think. Because most
no,
of
it's
them
not,
actually,
because it's nothing like tier 10. Like you're testing a tier 10 ship in a tier 6 environment.
You could
Yes,
compare
but-
space battles to going to training room.
yeah, but
Basically.
like I actually can play the ship that is that's at A10. I can see the specs, I can see how it fires, how it plays out.
That's
Oh
why
yeah,
it
definitely.
basically is going into a training room.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
People are
to
so
go into a
bad,
training
can
room, you have
compare
to
them to
own the ship
bots.
already, Jesper. You have to own the ship to
Yeah.
go take it to a training room.
You can take the clan battleships in training room now.
Yeah, but then you have to be in a clan. Then you have to win a tier 8 plus match. And
You don't need to be in clan. People are complaining about the clan ships being there even though they're not in clan.
or what?
And, that is
That's
if I
bullshit.
remember correctly.
Okay. All right. That's kind of weird. Okay. Whatever. Oh yeah, I also liked like all the little Easter eggs that they showed around the map, which brings me to another point. It's only one map, which is kind of disappointing. But on the other
And it's
hand, I
the
can
worst
see
map
it
to pick up all.
because it's
it's a
kind of
good-
hard to like model these maps, right? Because there's so much stuff to do on it.
Considering how much time they had for it, I guess it's okay. Even more if it is just for a few days that you can actually play it.
Yeah,
yeah,
and you can
it's not-
definitely see how much like effort went into there.
Yes.
It's not like it's a bad map anyway.
Oh no,
Like
no.
if they
Far from
chose North or something or Islands of Ice,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't give them ideas, please.
but they actually chose like an enjoyable map to play.
That's true, yeah. Which is made way more unenjoyable by the fucking Psystorms.
Yeah.
Actually. Like, I love that map. But with those storms, it's just what the fuck? I really don't like it. Anyways. Yeah, anyone has anything to add about space
No.
battles that hasn't been said yet?
No.
Alright. Then space camos. Oh, yes. So, as you know, you can get space camos for your ships. And
Yes.
they're costing 8,000 doubloons, which is 3k more than you need for a normal tier 10 camo. That's a lot of doubloons, mate. That's a lot of doubloons.
That is around 29 euros, or a little bit more than that.
Yes.
You can buy some premium ships with that, and like
You can buy a lot of tier 8 premiums with that, yes. For example, the Kid.
yes. I think it's really overpriced, but even then I know why they're doing it, but I don't like seeing it from our side. The consumer's perspective is like, whoa, that's way too expensive.
Yeah, like we are getting fucked there, basically. We want cool space camos, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
pay 29 euros for it, easy. What the fuck, Wargaming? It's like no. Like at least give him a bit more, like plus 50% captain XP or something, right?
Maybe.
The thing is, not everybody wants space camos.
Yeah, but you can turn them off, and
game...
you can actually not play them while having them turned off. I remember now, which is stupid in itself, but yeah.
I mean, people usually don't turn things off until it becomes a problem, and it will definitely become a problem if everybody has it.
On the other hand, I'm mostly too far away from my enemies to see what camo they're using anyway.
Yeah, but if you want to like shoot the ships and it has like the space camo, like oh, but like what is the ship, or where do I shoot it? Like
It
those
says right
coordinates.
above the ship.
Yeah, but still, it's like if you only see the ship for a second and you need to do a solve, then yeah.
Well, at least I don't have the problem that only half the ship is actually above the waterline.
Yeah, okay.
I see like both
That's true,
sides,
yeah.
so I actually have water. I think it's a big it's a big plus. And then I know that everything above it is mostly armor. So I can shoot that, whatever ship it is.
Yeah, but with the amount of time and resources that went actually into making those skins together with the whole event, I can guess why they made it so expensive, and also that most of people don't immediately like whole servers are like full of those skins.
I think they didn't expect to sell many, so that's why the price is higher. It's like with the high school fleet collaboration, the actual captains for each ship were expensive. Like I think they were like 15 euros for a 10-point captain or something. Which, that takes no work to implement. You just need to like get the actual captain icon.
They don't even have special voice lines.
They do now.
Oh, they do
They
now.
fixed that.
I'm proud of
Also,
them.
another thing with the skins is that they Wargaming said that if you don't have the tier 10, you can't buy it. Which is also weird, because like you can already buy camos, and even though you don't have the ships.
Yeah, like a month ago, you could buy the Riquelio and Gascon camos or something just from the store.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so that is a little bit weird.
Also, like reward stuff, right? Like I got a Dunkirk camo way before I got a Dunkirk, and somehow that worked. I don't know how they managed to make it work, but yeah.
Well, it would just be in your inventory.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, how is that complicated? I don't get it.
It's like I got the high school fleet Yamato camo. I don't know Yamato. I'm not even close, but I've just got it in case. Well, for whenever I get a Yamato.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that that's just complete bullcrap.
Yeah, I mean, they did at the same time. I think they did a free XP discount. I think it's just to sell more doubloons to convert free XP.
Yeah, this all seems to be
some
kind of plot to get people to grind or like spend free XP to get to the tier 10s.
Which is not necessarily in a bad way, because I mean they're making us getting us to play these ships, which is fine. I mean, I can see that. Also, it's nicer, like, they would grind towards a tier 10 anyways, but now they have actually played them, right? Like, they've at least felt them for no cost at all, basically.
Yeah.
Which I think is a nice thing. Like, I don't think that's necessarily bad. Also, the free XP conversion hasn't happened yet. So there's that. Alright, then on to personal opinions. Which one do you think looks the best, Jesper? Which camo?
You're asking me?
Yes.
I like Paris.
You like the Paris
Yes.
the most.
It looks simplistic.
Absolutely, yes. Finx, what is your favorite camo?
I have basically two. Three with the Moscow if she wouldn't have her butt I didn't like. There would be Sakuryu. Looks quite nice. It's plain, not really plain. The second one would be for the DM. But I think I won't spend 8k doubloons. One of
And the third one?
the third
Oh,
one
the third
would
one is
be
Moskva, yeah. Okay, I see.
ugly butt.
Yeah, I gotta agree on the Des Moines though. I think the Des Moines is definitely my favorite camo because it reminds me of Star Wars. I think with like all the little details on the sides, like this little hatch on both sides.
And the pods.
People get in and out, yes, and the pods everywhere. And there's like also there's some other stuff that I'm forgetting. Also, the bridge, the windows look amazing. I just love the Des Moines, but I'm not gonna get a Des Moines in time, so fuck off, Wargaming. I'm not gonna buy any of your stupid camos. Actually, maybe I will, but definitely not the one that I was hoping to get. Yes, Will, what is your favorite camo?
Probably the Paris Arculio. They look really nice.
Very
the
good
rest
taste.
a bit odd.
Yeah, I really like the Paris as well, which is why I'm speeding up my grind towards the Republic. So I might get that one eventually. I got some money for Easter, so I'm gonna have to spend it on something, right? Alright, and last but not least, Helix.
Well, there are two. Like, if I could get them, I would only like to have the two skins, and that would be the Galaxy and the Blue Ashtar, or the C-52 and the Des Moines.
I see.
Yeah, because those are probably going to be the ships that are going to play the most and actually like the skin enough to play with. But because it's so expensive, like just like we discussed before, yeah, I'm not going to get them.
Yeah. I think the only way that you can kinda like rationalize getting them is if you either have way too much money on your hands, or if you don't have a premium camo for the respective shit yet. The respective ship yet.
Yeah, but at that point, you might as well just get the 5k one because it gives you the same boost anyway.
Yeah, but if you like really like how it looks, and you don't have the premium camo, the normal premium camo yet, then you can kinda get it. I think it kinda makes sense.
Then
You
you can
know.
stretch for more
Yeah.
because you haven't already spent 5k.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you, Jesper. Because I'm spending 3k more doubloons for how good it looks instead of spending 8k doubloons for how good it looks. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, actually, Azur Lane, or however that's supposed to be pronounced. Has any one of you ever played that game?
Nope.
Well,
No.
I tried it, but I didn't got register properly.
However, I do like the character designs of Azur Lane.
Yeah, they look kind of cool. I mean, it's not can color, right? Ree! But
Well, we probably will not get a crossover of that soon, but they can try. Maybe maybe near future when, yeah, we will see. However, what I expect of those is that like with the two earlier collaborations, like there will probably be a special kind of ship that you can play with the ship girl that's representing it being the captain.
That would be
Why not
kinda underwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah, we
Well-
need actual ship girl floating in the battle.
Exactly. That's what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
hoping for.
But how are you gonna do that? That's what I want to know.
You tell me, man. You tell me.
I don't know. Floating on her back, and you put guns on.
Yeah.
Actually, like people with like naval uniforms surfing enemy girls into battle.
Why not?
Okay, that would be cool, I guess, but I can't imagine it in this game.
I can. Also, Finx, stop drooling over Akagi. Please, thank you. Yeah. Oh, if they could make like ship skins that make the ship kind of look like the ship girl, how about that?
But
need
you have
mods
mods
for
for
that.
that.
That would
Yes.
look quite weird.
Yes.
These 3D objects was pasted onto a 2D thing.
I mean, you know.
I mean, that
Yeah,
like,
it makes all the ships 2D.
yeah, I mean, not like the ships are in 2D on my screen too.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. What the fuck?
What? So you're gonna have billboards floating around?
Hmm?
I don't know, man. I don't care. I just wanna get like my ship waifus. Okay, thank you.
Salutes.
The good
Yeah.
thing about doing the thing with Azur Lane is they've got a lot of different choices. So, like, there's a load of ships that aren't even in WoWs right now that they could take and like implement into the game. Like, even if it's just like a copy paste premium, like the Graf Spee was for the high school fleet.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
Akagi. You have
Yeah.
you seen the announcement post on the World of Warships Asia side? It has
No.
Akagi as the header,
Ooh.
which is weird because we don't have Akagi in the game, do we? Like the skin, like the model for Akagi has been in the game since beta, but we never actually got her. So maybe, you know, maybe.
You know, that would be basically a second cover.
I know.
So what's that gonna be? Second Kaga that is twice as powerful as Gus Zeppelin?
Well,
I'm not knowledgeable enough about Akagi Kaga differences, but how about we leave Kaga as she is, and make Akagi like more of a tier 5 premium, like at a
why?
different point in time, you know? Like with
Well, no one would buy a premium tier 5 because you can't. A premium tier 5 CV because you can't.
Oh
Ma-
yeah, I forgot.
No, if you make it like the Graf Zeppelin, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, you have to
yes.
understand that that's a premium feature of this character. She can use alt attack.
Oh my god, even better.
We're onto something here.
The silk clubbing is off the charts, mate.
Make it tier 4.
Make
Yes.
a tier 4 with 222 Kaga reserves.
Oh goodness.
I see we have way too much carrier players in this
Not
call right
me.
now.
I don't play carriers.
The majority here are not carrier
Yeah.
players.
What
Mm.
are carriers?
What
I
are
identify as a
carriers? I've
carrier.
never played them, says Finx, playing nothing but midway.
I mean,
Finx doesn't only play midway. He played Conqueror before.
Ah, yes. Sorry, I forgot. Okay.
Well, I guess after the patch, I go back to Hakuryu anyway
Yeah,
to get it.
probably.
My Hakuryu skills working a bit.
Yeah, but as I said, I've seen AS Hakurio being completely shut down by midway today, so there's that. The AS Hakurio got 13 playing kills the whole game. What? How do you even do that in a 15-minute game? What?
Because
I
there's
don't get it.
something called that if you strafe with 2 or more squads, you will get the multiple of those squads in firepower when you strafe, right?
No, pretty sure I did that sometime. Took like 2 squads and strafed behind them at the same time. Well, obviously one of them died.
That's not how it works.
I know. I mean,
Obviously,
one of
you
them
will
died.
get twice the firepower.
Maximum firepower.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm not sure how they would implement Akagi, but I mean, that.
Tier 5 CV.
Well, either way,
Yeah.
I'm happy that they're doing another collaboration.
Oh yeah, of course.
I
But
mean,
I'm
it
not really
shows,
looking forward to this one, to be honest. I'm not looking forward as much as I was looking forward to the High Fury one, which turned out really disappointing. But at least I have nice camos for a Musashi that I'll never get, so there's that.
The Kanko fans are reeing again,
Of course they're reading, but the last
third
time, but the last time their the producers of Can Call have ever made a like a collaboration was in 2013.
I mean,
So you know,
yeah, they don't want to make one anyway.
Yeah.
Like, as I've heard, they don't like
Western company.
rather like for region Western companies. I have no idea why, but
yeah, that's I mean that's the reason why Can Call hasn't been released in the West as well. I mean that it's not that hard to release Can Call because people have already translated everything, and it works just fine. While Azur Lane has been translated to English, if I remember correctly.
no, not really. Like when I said I tried to play it, but I didn't come over through the registration process for my account. Like everything is in Chinese, and then you have to solve like Chinese math to tell them you aren't the bot. Like, no, I don't know what Oogie Boogie plus Oogie Boogie and this Oogie Boogie is.
Use Google Translate, easy peasy.
I don't
Either
really
way.
have a keyboard for.
You don't have a keyboard for Oogie Boogie. Ah, I see.
Yes, I don't have a keyboard for Oogie Boogie.
You
Do I
realize
need a
that there's
keyboard
no keyboard for Chinese, right?
What?
You can't
Okay,
you
but
can't have
either way.
way over 3,000 Chinese letters on a keyboard. That does not
They
work.
type.
You want to try? You know, I actually Google Chinese keyboard. I mean, Chinese doesn't exist anyway.
No, but
What?
the
Okay, yeah.
way you type Chinese letters is that like you type Chinese letters in or Mandarin letters or whatever on a computer
That's how
is
it
that
looks.
you type pinyin or basically, yeah, exactly. They're like the most common, like very common symbols are on there, but for everything else you type out like the phonetic version of it basically. And then the computer says, ah, so you want to type this thing? Yes, I'm gonna type this.
Basically, the pudding way.
You said
Yeah.
there isn't a keyboard with.
That does not count. Like, what the fuck?
But going back to the subject, I really hope that this time you can actually get some things for free. I mean, with the last one, you could get a skin for the Yamato and yeah, and a few like flags. But who is gonna use like those flags? And if you don't have the Yamato, then it's really kind of useless. Like I really wish there was some kind of way to get actually a reskin ship, just like the Arpeggio of Blue Steel one.
Well, the problem with High Fury was they only ever had like, apart from the modern ships, there weren't that many. There was like one, I think it was the Congo class. There was a Yamato. There was a Musashi, and there was a destroyer. I think that was about it.
Graf
Graf
Spee was
Spee,
there.
yeah, Graf Spee. So there just wasn't enough ships to do like reskins of unless it comes out like outside the law.
Yeah.
Mm. Either way, I found it kind of disappointing compared to the first one.
Yeah. I mean, the collabs have been pretty disappointing to me. To be
Really?
honest.
I mean, the Arpeggio ones had bullshit missions like destroy 30 Russian ships when there was like only the Russian cruiser line in the game.
Yeah.
Get 50 wins. That was the one you needed to get with the Atago.
Yeah. Like I have all the Arpeggio ships apart from the one you needed to kill Russian.
Yeah, me too.
Thing with 50 wins versus kill Russian ships, 20 of them, is that the 50 wins are just grindy, but the Russian ships are grindy and very RNG based.
Well, I got, I think, like 2 ships. I had no tier 8 back then. Well, I got the Atago, but everyone of you know what happened to her.
We're not gonna talk about that. Okay.
I mean, I could have gotten myself another Atago.
And you could have sold that as well. Woo!
No, I
Woo.
couldn't.
But you
can't
can't.
sell
Yeah.
a
Shit.
You
Okay.
sell the old Atago
Yes,
Yes.
because
and
you have a
change
better
to the
one.
better anime version.
Yes,
I
you have the tsundere version, actually.
I have now
best version.
27k doubloons, and I have no idea what I should do with them. I don't even know why I got 27k doubloons. And I thought actually about getting the Atago, but
The Atago isn't that great,
no.
to be honest. It's a pretty good ship, but it's like its time as the top dog in tier 8 have been over, especially because matchmaking.
But it's still viable to some extent.
Yeah, they don't even sell the Emden anymore. I wanted Emden. Well, I
Anyway.
wonder how much money Wargaming losses because they remove like premium shit.
Oh, they lost me for
so
an Atlanta, for example.
Well, I got it for free in a super container.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, one day I will also get the ship out of the container. I never got one so far. So.
One day you will get triple super container in a row.
They're all ships. Okay, but any other things to talk about Azur Lane?
Yeah, does anyone have anything else to talk about today?
Does anyone have good news? No? No?
No.
I have one.
Oh.
I love you, Mori.
Thank you, Jesper. I love you too. All right. That's gonna stop it here with the homoeroticism for today. Thanks everyone for listening to our podcast, and see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Eat beer.